way, you know. So, anyhow, everything's off of him.
Yeah, you got slobber. Oh, you got slobber all over
Don't worry
your
about
tail.
his slobber.
Look at your slobber.
Do not worry about his slobber. We are going to try to get as much as we can of this.
Good boy.
There you go. Perfect. So I'm going to, this is Happy Howie.
Oh.
It comes, I get 5 for 25 bucks.
Oh, wow.
It's a meat roll.
Is it specifically for a dog?
Yeah.
Oh.
I cut it in half.
Uh-huh.
I put the flat sides down. I cut that through the center. And then I do another cut and another cut. And then I put the flat sides down. And then I do about 5 cuts. And then I chop it the other way. And you can chop it into very small treats because he certainly doesn't need anything.
Yeah.
He's not terribly fond of it, but he will be.
Yes.
It doesn't have a whole lot of ingredients. It's good for dogs. And here's the thing. You cut that up, you put it in a bag like this, you put it in the refrigerator, it lasts 2 weeks.
Okay.
So every time you're going to do something, you're going to train for 10, 15, 20 treats, you go to the refrigerator, you put the treats in your pocket. The treats do not crumble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
In your pocket. Yeah, so those are licky mats. And this is a licky mat without anything on it. Silly me. And but this has a lot of suction cups.
Uh-huh.
And when you want to, does he have some paw sensitivity or hey, buddy?
I don't think so. I've never noticed that.
Anyhow, how about grooming?
I haven't watched when he's been groomed, so I'm not sure if they've ever said. They've never mentioned it to me, but that doesn't mean that it might not happen.
So you don't.
Nothing that I'm aware of.
Nothing that you do at home or anything. No. But anyhow, this is really nice if you're going to do something at home.
Okay.
Because you put, like what's there, you put that in that, and then the dog is busy licking while you're busy examining his ears.
Mm-hmm.
Because the time to teach a dog about ear medication or eye medication is not when they need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good
It's
point.
before. Okay,
Yes.
so enough about, anyhow, I got Hayden 2 years ago. So,
Oh, okay, so these are with people too.
come with me for 2. All right, Ava. I hear you're having a rough time in your relationship. Can you tell me about it? What happened? What?
Yeah, so,
Talk up a little bit, I'm old.
it was like in the morning, and he was laying a little on me, and
Up on your bed?
yeah, and he was like laying a little on me, and then he started like growling, and then I was petting him to see if that would make him like be fine and stuff. And then I tried to kiss him and then he bit me.
Okay. All right, so was that the last time?
This is from this right now.
Right, okay, so
Yesterday.
what happened the first time?
Remember the first time that he did that to your face? Do you remember the details about that?
No, it's like my,
Okay, but what happened? Because it will be helpful for her to know.
like I had a blanket over
Okay, yeah.
my face.
I forgot that you said that, yeah. She said this time, last time, of course, she knows that it was probably her fault because she thought to be playing with him, put a blanket over her face and kind of was making like a growling noise back at him to play. Is that what you told me before? Okay. And then you took the blanket off
Yeah,
and then he bit you?
yeah.
Okay.
What happened right before you, was that what we always want to know with a dog bite is what happened right before the dog bit.
Mm-hmm.
So did the blanket come off and the dog,
I think.
it's not always easy. I have been attacked by dogs and I couldn't tell you what the last thing was that happened because I was busy protecting myself,
Right.
you know.
Okay, but the last thing you can remember is that, so you had the blanket on, you were kind of growling, pretending you were playing with him
Yeah.
like that, but then
And
you took the
Yeah.
blanket off,
I think that's what happened.
and then he was immediately,
I think.
okay. I mean, that's
Okay,
the best you
that's
can
all right.
remember then.
So, you have done nothing wrong, okay? I want you to understand that first. You have misinterpreted body language, and you are not alone. It amazes me that dogs are as loving to us as they are, because they do not speak English. They speak with body language, okay? So there is body language, and I'm going to send your mom a lot of stuff about body language, and she's going to sit down with you. Several of them are YouTube videos. So I don't know whether you can do YouTube by yourself. She can, all right. You know, I don't know about social media, you know, is. Anyhow, you'll watch these videos and you'll start to understand what's going on, okay, with the dog. And because the dog always signals. The one thing a dog does is it does this. Have you ever seen your dog do that? Like, have you ever gone to take a picture and your dog immediately turns its head?
Have you noticed that? There may be other signals that we don't know, or signals that we've seen, but I haven't noticed
My
that.
other dog, he just like doesn't want to take a picture, so he just goes.
So he goes like that. Okay, so that's slow your roll. This is too much pressure on me. I don't know what's happening. I'm uncomfortable with this environment. I am uncomfortable. That is what the dog is saying.
Okay.
So, if I was working with you and you said to me, I am uncomfortable, Candace, and I didn't listen to that and continued down the avenue I was going down, you might bite me if that was your mode of communication. You know, that's sort of where they're at. They give you their body signals. They tell you, I don't want that. And then the next thing out is the 42 pearly whites come out. And there is not a dog in the universe that will not bite. Now, there are dogs that are really low risk as far as bite, but there isn't a dog. Provoked,
Yeah, push to the
push to their limit, their limit. So what we have to kind of do with Nico now and you, we have to rebuild the trust in your relationship. I'm going to show you some games to play with Nico that are not going to put you in danger of having your face hit. Because Lord knows you have a very pretty face, and what you don't need are dog scars.
Right.
Unless you're planning to be a world famous dog trainer. So, dogs communicate through body language. Most families do not understand a dog's body language. They are not familiar with it. And and the fact that dogs put up with us at all, think about it. If you went somewhere and they didn't speak English, you would get pretty frustrated with them as they continued to ignore your communications. You would be like, hey, you know, all right, he's comfortable now. All right, he's comfortable.
I like a lot because he keeps.
What'd she say?
Just wipe it off. He's licking me too. She said, I need a wipe. He's licking me.
Oh yeah, well you taste good, you know. So, so one thing you're not going to do is you are not going to put your face in the vicinity of his teeth. Okay, again, that's just, I don't know why people do that. that is such a human characteristic. Hugging, humans hug. Dogs, that's a lot of pressure on a dog, and they don't like it. Have you ever noticed your dogs playing and one dog jumps on top of the other? That is the equivalent in dog language of the human hug.
Okay.
And that is, have you watched in the wild when the puma is going for the prong thing and catches it, and the first thing it does is jump on its back? That is considered a aggressive move in this world. All right. Now you might develop a relationship to the point. My boxer, one of his favorite things to do is to put his feet on either side of me and have me hug him. I don't know who taught him that. You know, that is the last thing I would do with a dog, is hug him. You know, but you know, he likes that. So I go, oh, you could. I don't know. You know, every dog is an individual. So we have to find. You two have to build your trust. He doesn't feel badly at all about biting you, by the way. He has no remorse whatsoever. And I'll tell you why. Dogs live in a world where it's safe or it's not safe. It's safe, it's dangerous, okay? They don't live in a world of right and wrong. Moses did not come down off of the mountain for dogs, okay? There is no 10 Commandments. There's no, dogs do dog things. They don't think they do anything wrong. If they're doing it, it's a dog thing, okay? So we have to, our job as humans, having pets or just having dogs, is to teach them the behaviors that will give them the reinforcement and the reward, the positive reinforcement and the reward they're looking for, which is a primary resource, which is food, okay? So that is it. Dogs don't do anything wrong. Just know that. The dog either feels safe or it doesn't feel safe. If it doesn't feel safe, it's going to let you know. One of the things that it has in its arsenal of letting you know is the bite. So, we would like Nico not to bite, so what we're going to do is start rebuilding your trust relationship with Nico. We're gonna teach Nico that he can trust you, not to scare him, not to startle him, not to try to hug him, not to try to kiss him, none of those things. And you're going to do that by showing him the behaviors you want him to do and reinforcing them. You're going to give him some skills. We're going to give him some tools for that little tool belt that he's not wearing. I can't quite get into anymore, but we're still going to get it to him. So that's going to be, so I have many different things that I'm going to have to bring my boxer out here to clean up on aisle 4. I don't know what to tell you. I have
You're
no.
not going to have any.
Look at all these goodies.
Go eat your treats. There's treats.
So, this is a snuffle mat.
Okay.
This is a snuffle mat. Okay? This is a nice looking snuffle mat that might go with your carpet. This is the garish green snuffle mat. You know.
Yeah.
So anyhow, this, anytime you have a dog and it's feeling a little stressed and he's panting pretty heavily, that's a stress pant, okay? So if we get the dog to put their nose down, that's one of the reasons I meet you over there, to allow the dog to have some time. Once their nose goes down, and they start sniffing, that immediately engages this part of their brain, which is the thinking part of the brain. So they go out of this part, which is the, ooh, I'm a dog, you know?
Yeah.
And they start thinking, oh, I better think about this. And you can really teach them to think. And the first time you see your dog thinking, I have to tell you, it's like really amazing. It's like, oh my God, I saw the dog thinking.
Yeah.
I saw him choose to do that behavior instead of this one I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
It's our job to teach them what we want them to do. Once they're fluent in a behavior, it's perfectly fine to say no. But it's not fair to say no if they don't, if they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not fair to say no. So you are going to get a ton of information from me.
Okay.
You are going to get, there's going to be a couple of YouTube videos that I really want you to watch.
Okay.
One is with Sue Garrett. The other one is with Kiko Pup. Anything, either of those women, you want to look. Those are professional dog trainers that I have the utmost, highest respect for. Those are mentors.
Okay.
So you get a lot of information on the internet. I mean, you can go, I have over 500 videos. Some of my videos are terrible. I was learning, you know, so, but I have them up there. I had a video have 80 views, and I was shocked. I mean, you know, people have 5 million views, and that, for me, 80 views was like, oh my God, who's looking at me? Who's watching this? So, I mean, but I do a lot of training videos to show clients after we've gone through the lesson that they have that so that they can see, and then they'll have written so they can follow along with the written.
Yes.
So they can see if I do. So now we come down to, do you have any questions?